now to the veteran trial lawyer and president of the National Bar Association, C.K. Hoffler. Thanks for joining us here on BBC News. Does the defence have a case?
Well, first of all, it's hard to say if they have a case, but every case like this, meaning when someone, especially law enforcement, has been convicted of multiple crimes, there are going to be appeals. So I'd like to answer it this way. Every single aspect of the trial is being challenged and questioned where the defense feels that they can get some traction. There are three areas that they are appealing. One, they're saying that the judge committed some errors by not sequestering the jury, by not finding that the outside environment could have had a negative impact on the jury. The other, and so they're calling that judicial error. The other thing that they're saying is that there was prosecutorial misconduct. In particular, when the prosecutor in closing talked about the stories that were told, I don't know if you recall, there was a sidebar about that after the jury started deliberating. They moved for a mistrial then. They just thought that the prosecutors just ran amok in telling the jury and influencing the jury that basically the defense was lying. And then thirdly, the impact on the jurors. And one of the jurors in particular attended a rally in Washington, and they're alleging or believing that his attending a rally in Washington where George Floyd's family spoke and when Black Lives Matter were at issue and voting rights issues could have had an impact on him. I don't think that either one of those buckets of arguments are going to hold water for this reason. The lawyers had ample time, 3 weeks, to pick a jury. As it relates to the misconduct of the jurors, alleged misconduct, they were able to ask the jury almost any question that they felt was appropriate about their background, about how they felt about issues, about what was going on around them, because there was so much hype surrounding the trial, about what their views were on Black Lives Matter. They asked all those questions, and they asked all the jurors who actually sat those questions. They also had a chance to question them on their jury form, their questionnaire. So they had ample time to delve into, and unless that juror or any juror lied or misrepresented in their answers, there's not going to be a basis to say that the jury...
What about the intervention of President Biden and just picking up on Eric Nelson's criticism of the judge, not saying to the jury, avoid all media?
Well, I think this is the thing. I think in the beginning of the trial, maybe not when they were impaneled, the judge did tell them, and it may not have been something that was captured on video, but did tell them that they've got to not look at outside sources. They've got to look at the evidence and rule based on that. And the judge did say that in the jury instructions as well. Look at the law, look at the facts, and apply the law. So as it relates to Joe Biden, well, Joe Biden, like everybody else in this country and in the world, weighed in on this trial. And so for Joe Biden to make comments, I don't think that that's going to be persuasive. Maxine Waters making comments. And there were, by the way, white supremacy groups that made a lot of comments too. So because of the gravity and the magnitude of this case, everybody was making comments throughout the world. So I think it's a wash, because those comments, either they impacted everyone or they impacted no one. And remember, the jurors came into this trial as a high-profile trial, knowing that there was going to be a lot of fanfare. So I don't think that that's going to resonate, but the thing is, that's going to be up to the Court of Appeals. So there's certainly a lot of issues that they have raised. Do I think there's any validity, strong validity to them that would result in overturning the verdict or mistrial? I don't think so, but part of it's going to be up to the judge as relates to the mistrial. And so that is going to be, I think it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, OK, asking to impeach the verdict, which I hadn't used as a phrase like that, but to impeach the verdict. OK, C.K. Hoffler, good to speak to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.